Hello, friends. I'm just going to wait a couple minutes till people start popping on. Happy Monday. Can everyone see me? Hear me? Give me a little wave or a thumbs up if you guys can see me. Oh, I see Carol's on and Nicola. Nicola, how was your trip? I can't wait to hear all about it. Hi, Lana and Lacey. Woo, everybody's popping on. And Shirley and Rhonda. Okay. Yay, lots of love. Love it. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm getting hearts, so we're good. Oh, sad faces. Lots of different emojis. We're getting kind of a storm here, so I had to move onto the kitchen table. So hopefully it's not too super loud. If it is, tell me, guys. Before we get started, hi everybody. Oh, I'm so excited to hear all about Diamond Bound. Anyways, before we get started here, can you all do me a super quick favor? I meant to ask you to do this before, but run as quick as you can and grab your favorite essential oil. Favorite bottle. Anything, doesn't have to be anything specific, just run and grab a bottle because we're going to play with essential oils tonight. So grab your bottle and then let me know what oil you guys are going to be using tonight. I can't wait to see it. So tonight, while you guys all do that, hi Carol, we are going to get back to the basics. Tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about how to use essential oils, because I think that's really a big thing that that we need to cover, that everybody needs to know about, okay? So before we do all that though, I want to introduce myself. Oh, Carol's driving, she can't grab one. I always have peppermint beside me. Do you have peppermint beside you, Carol? So a little bit about myself, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Cassie Jorgensen and I am a gold leader with Young Living. I've been a part of this company for, it's crazy to say, almost 7 years. February will be 7 years for me, which is mind-blowing. I live here in Sylvan Lake, where we are getting some sort of a winter storm. The wind is picking up. But I live here in Sylvan Lake with my hubby, Jordan. Him and I have been together for almost 14 years now. And we have two beautiful girls, Willa, who's just about 8, and Hayden, or as she likes to be called, Darlene, who is 5. So yeah, that's just a little bit about myself. I was introduced to Young Living by the most amazing woman, Megan Baldwin. We were acquaintances at the time. We didn't really know each other. We were just part of a mom's group. She invited me over to her house for a tea and a little play date, and she kind of walked me through the premium starter kit. I instantly fell in love, even though it took a whole afternoon because our girls were running around like hooligans. But I left super duper excited to get started with Young Living. I had zero experience, like none, with essential oils previous to this. I had not really heard of them. I didn't really understand how they worked, anything like that. But I was excited to get started. All I knew was, I wanted my girl's snotty nose to stop running and I wanted her to sleep, basically. So I was excited, like I said, to get started. My husband and I decided to start with a premium starter kit and kind of go from there. Our starter kit looked a little bit different when we started. It was like, I'm just scrolling down to see all of these fun little comments. When I started 7 years ago, we had a different kit. It looked a lot different. It was like a little blue box with 10 oils in it. It didn't come with a diffuser. But it was still amazing. It had some different oils in it. If you guys started with that same box that I did, can you guys give me like a thumbs up or a high five or something? Tell me if you guys started with that little blue box, if you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyways, when I got it, I was so excited. I was so excited to have it in my house, but it didn't come with a diffuser. We actually got a coupon to order our own diffusers with 40% off. So it was still a great deal. but it didn't come with a diffuser. So I got this little box, super excited to use it. I remember some of the things that Megan had told me, but it had been a bit. So I just remember staring at it and saying, like, I want to get started, but how the heck do I get started? What do I do with these magic little unicorn bottles of awesomeness? So I was, like I said, I was excited, but didn't know how to use it. And I'm sure some of you have been in that position, or maybe you aren't quite started with Young Living yet, and you're thinking, I'd love to get started, but I don't know where to begin. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to master the how to use essential oils. So with Young Living, there are 3 different ways that we can talk about using essential oils, and that's, of course, aromatically, topically, and then we can now talk about food flavoring, which I think is really, really cool. So I know there's some experienced oilers on tonight, and then there's some others who have been, you know, dabbling in oils for a little while. I really encourage you guys to participate and, you know, share your tips and tricks as we go as we move on tonight. I really want it to be super interactive. So ask me questions and let's get going. Look at all the love. Love all of you guys. Look at you guys go. Hi from Nashville. I'm so jealous, Michelle. So jealous of you guys. So in our home right now, we have fully embraced the Young Living lifestyle. Obviously, it's been 7 years. This is something that I do as a full-time business as well, but we are fully embracing the Young Living lifestyle, but it didn't happen overnight. It's something that took a while. It took step by step, replacing different products in our house, you know, introducing those essential oils, moving on to like those cleaning products and that kind of stuff. And then, you know, the more you use the products, the more you see the benefits, the more you start learning and you attend classes and you know, attend classes like these or in-person classes, whatever they might be. You start really understanding the importance of, you know, reading your labels, questioning what's on labels and that kind of stuff. So we started just, like I said, step by step replacing things in our home to a Young Living alternative, right? A cleaner, safer alternative. We have seen a huge difference in our home. From the very beginning, like I said, I jumped headfirst into the Young Living lifestyle. I loved everything about it. I loved the results and I love the company. And it's a company that I fully 100% trust. They have the most amazing seed to seal promise. They're in full control from start to finish of the, you know, production, harvest, all of their fields. They own their own farms, that kind of stuff. It's just an amazing company to have, to be a part of at a time where essential oils are kind of like the cool thing to do, and you can find them on every shelf in Costco, in Chapters, all that kind of stuff. You can literally find essential oils out there. It's really important to know that not every essential oil is created equally, and not everything that's put on a label can be trusted. So I have visited Young Living Farms, and I have seen the seed to seal promise and the seed to seal, the safety, the standards, the science, everything behind what goes into our bottles. And it's just the most amazing thing ever. If there was anyone else who has visited a farm, please put your hands up, let us know. What farms have you guys been? It was life-changing to me, for me to be able to see everything full, you know, in perspective of just the fields and being able to plant your own plants and that kind of stuff. Okay, but that is something that's super important to our family, the seed to seal process. If you want to learn more, just go to, and I'm going to stop rambling now. If you want to learn more, just go to www.seedtoseal.com. It's a fantastic place that has everything, all the goods written in there. Okay, I'm going to take a little drink here. I've been talking a lot here. Okay, so let's jump right in on the hows to use Young Living. Sorry, I'm going to see this. Amanda has visited the Mona Farm twice. Michelle's been to the Mona Farm. Robin can't see any comments. maybe refresh the video? I'm not sure. I am not an expert at lives, that's for sure. That is for sure. Okay, so we're gonna talk really quick. The very first way, this is where you're gonna use your oils, the very first way that we're gonna talk about using essential oils is aromatically. Now this is seriously the simplest, easy peasiest way to use essential oils. Now, something that I forgot to mention is the best advice that Megan ever gave me right when I got my starter kit was she told me, when you get your box, rip it all open, look at everything, smell all the oils, and then put it on your counter. Put it in your kitchen, make sure you can see it every day. Don't pack it back away and put it in a secret special cupboard or cabinet for those special occasions. Put it up on your cupboard so you can see it and you can use the oils every day. And that's advice that I use all the time for all of my new members, because so often people want to, you know, savor those special drops, or they don't want to use them so often, all the time. Sorry, I'm just reading these comments here. So what I suggest you do if you start with a premium starter kit or you order individual oils, whatever you have, put them on your counter so you see them and you're reminded to use them. Our starter kits now are amazing. They look so fun and awesome, but they actually have a stand already built in, right? So it's super awesome. They can just sit on your counter and you can see them. Ooh, we're backwards. You can see them every single day, right? And you can use them throughout your day. And you're reminded to pick them up and use them. So let's talk about aromatically, right? That's what we started with. The oil that I'm going to choose to use tonight is one of my all-time favorites, aromatic oils to use, and that is lemon. Lemon is one of my favorite oils because it is so refreshing. It's great for alertness. It's great for mental health. It actually, which I think is really, really cool, is that it increases your memory by 53%. Who doesn't need that, right? Who doesn't need better brain power? So right there, this is the easiest way that you can use essential oils. Open the cap and just smell it, right? Super simple, super easy. It smells so good. I love it. If you need a little, like I said, great clarity, great just mental alertness, lemon is a good option. Peppermint is really good for a little pick-me-up at the end of the day. Or if you've had kind of a really stressful day, lavender is also a really good one to just smell, right? Another fantastic way to use an essential oil topically is, of course, just put a couple drops in your hand. And this is what I want you guys to do. Take your oil, put 2 drops in your hand, rub your hands together, and then cover your nose and mouth. And take 2, sorry, I won't cover my mouth. Take 2 super slow, deep breaths, but make sure you're breathing from your tummy. You're not breathing from your chest. You want to take those big inhales, right? Cover your nose and mouth. And one more time. Now, how did that make you feel? Right? Emotionally, like mentally, did it help clear things? Did it help like just uplift your mood a little bit, or maybe just relax? I love that. Love, 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 love that. Whether it's, like I said, peppermint, that's super duper uplifting and alertness. I put peppermint in my car because I drive quite a bit. So I have a bottle in there that I'll smell on late night drives for the, for alertness. It's, frankincense is a really good one that I put on my hands to inhale for more emotional balancing, I would say. But you can use any oil that way, right? Northern Lights Black Spruce is another really good grounding oil. What is your favorite kind of grounding oil? I think I've lost my comments here. What is your favorite oil that you use for kind of like a calming relaxation oil? It doesn't have to be from the starter kit. It can be any oil. I know Stress Away, when my kids were little, you know, some mamas just need to lock themselves in the bathroom and take some really good inhales of Stress Away, just to take a break for a little bit, right? But yeah, we obviously inhaling or aromatically using essential oils is really good for a mental and emotional health, but it's also really, really good. It's also really good, you might not think about it, but it's really good physically as well, right? Emotions are so linked. So more and more evidence is accumulating that our emotional health can have a profound effect on our physical health, right? Scientists have discovered that the limbic system of the brain plays a vital role in interpreting intense experiences or intense memories. So that's one that really, really is important, right? When you're thinking something intense happens to you and you kind of tense up, right? You kind of get your muscles tense up, your tummy tenses up, maybe you breathe a little bit faster. So interestingly enough, the two parts of the limbic system that play a major role in emotional processing are actually located less than an inch away from your olfactory nerve. So your olfactory nerve is like your smell factory in your brain, right? So those two parts of your brain that process emotions are right beside your smell factory. So when you smell an essential oil, it can help your emotions, it can help your mental clarity, and it can help you physically as well too. That makes sense? I hope so. Oh, look at all you guys. I just had to scroll down. Scroll down. But yeah, so I'm not going to get super duper sciencey here, but think of how your body reacts in certain situations. So think about how your body reacts, like feeling an emotion of being mad or scared or angry or stressed. You tense up, your muscles are tense, your body is, if your body's in constant stress, that can, you know, really be have physical effects on your body. But then when you take that smell of, let's say, you know, Leah said lavender or peace and calming, Dorothy said peace and calming your stress away, Rhonda said Northern Lights black spruce. If you take that smell of that grounding, that calming oil, you can instantly feel yourself relaxing, right? You can instantly feel yourself, your shoulders come down and your breathing kind of shallow and not as quick, right? So that that is, you know, awesome ways to use your oils aromatically, and the reason why it's super important. So when you use the oils aromatically, it goes straight to your limbic system by that olfactory nerve. Great. Oh, I was going to show you another really cool way to use oils aromatically in your hands. This was showed to us by Haley Jensen, who's part of our training amazing training team that Young Living has. If you don't follow her, you really should. She's so awesome. So I'm going to try to do this while talking and still trying to demonstrate this. Okay, so again, take your bottle. I'm going to do Northern Lights black spruce now and put 1 drop in your hand or 2 and rub them together. Now, I'm going to get closer because maybe it's easier to hear, but I can't talk and do this at the same time. So you're going to take your index finger and your middle finger and put it on the crown of your nose. Then you're going to take your pinky finger and close your nostril and take a big inhale. Now switch and cover your other nostril with your thumb and exhale. Now inhale. And switch and cover your nostril. And exhale. Did everyone do that? So what that does is make you, how Haley explained it to us is that you actually have a dominant nostril that will take in more oxygen and get more oxygen to one side of your brain. So by closing one nostril and inhaling, you're actually getting the oil and the oxygen into all parts of your brain. Cool, eh? It's really hard to demonstrate and talk at the same time. So just here, cover one nostril. Big inhale from your tummy, not your chest, and then cover the nostril. And exhale, and then do it again. And exhale. So again, this is a really good one, like if you do long hours in the car or if you do long hours at a desk and you just need to relax for a minute. Dorothy says, love this breathing technique. It's great for balancing. We do this in my meditation yoga class. It's really, really cool, hey? I had never done it until I seen Haley Jensen. She demonstrated it to us in Edmonton, which was really cool. But yeah, one, like if you sit at your desk for long periods of time before you start a major project or something like that, it's one that's really good to use that way. So yeah, that is aromatically. Simple aromatically, right? If you want essential oils in your whole house, right? We have some really cool ways to do that as well because we all want our house to smell great, right? So another way to use essential oils to get in a larger area, say your home, your classroom, your office, that kind of stuff, is one of our diffusers. Diffusing is such an effective way to get essential oils into the air, right? It's kind of your first step when you're using it. The easiest way, one of the easiest ways to start using throughout your lifestyle, right? Or in your lifestyle. This is the Desert Mist diffuser. So this is one of the diffusers that come with your premium starter kit, which I love that you get your oils and your diffuser at the exact same time so you can start using it right away. The diffusers themselves are super easy to use. I wonder if you guys can see this here. I'll pick it up. So this is the inside of the diffuser. To use it, take the top off, take this top off, and then on the inside, I'm not sure if you can see, but there's actually a fill line. So you just fill it with water. Fill it with water, put as many drops of essential oil that you want in there, 2 to 4 will do a large area. Put the top back on. And then I personally love this diffuser. It's an amazing diffuser. It looks pretty, but it also works amazing. So there's 3 different settings. It can run for 5 hours, 8 hours, or 10 hours. And then there's actually like 11 different light settings. So we're gonna set the mood. And we're gonna do this by candlelight. I love this candlelight setting. It cracks me up every time. So we're gonna do this the rest of our life by candlelight. Oh, funny. Okay, so we all want our house to smell good, right? We all want to smell good, but at what cost, right? We know that there's other products and other things out there that also are made. Same inside setting as the Lantern diffuser. Yes, absolutely. The Lantern diffuser is exactly the same with the same 11 different colors and 3 different settings. Yes, the Lantern diffuser is also, it's in my youngest girl's bedroom, actually. But yes, so we all want our houses to smell good. We all want to smell good, but at what cost, right? There is a lot of products out there that promise to do, to make our homes smell good, but they also have an ingredient called fragrance or perfumes in them, which are very, very scary. If you guys look at any of your products and you see the word fragrance or perfume, know that it's not just one ingredient, right? Most of us know that, I think. But what it is actually like an umbrella term that can actually be a recipe for about like 3,000 to 2,500 to 3,000 different chemicals can be made up into that one ingredient. It's kind of like it's trademarked, so a company doesn't actually have to disclose what is in that perfume or fragrant recipe. And those things can wreak havoc on our hormonal system and our respiratory system. So instead of using something that has a fragrance or perfume in it, you can just use essential oils, right? We have 400 to 500 different essential oils. I promise you, you will be able to find a single oil or a blend of oils that you can put together that you will love the smell of for your room or for yourself or something like that. So stay away from those fragrances and perfumes because they can just do some crazy, crazy things, right? So what else can we talk about aromatically? Actually, that's one thing that I wanted to ask, and that's a giveaway that I'm going to do, actually, our first giveaway. So this year, like I said, this is the Desert Mist diffuser. This is just one of the diffusers that are in our house. How many diffusers are in your house right now, and how many of them are currently running? I tried to think about this before I was doing the live, and I was like, how many do I actually have? And I think we ended up with 11 in the house, and on a regular basis, because we have like 3 ceramic diffusers that are in the bathroom, which technically are working all the time. The rest, all of them are working right now. The girls are getting put to bed, so all of our diffusers are working right now. So that's a crazy amount of diffusers, right? How many diffusers, I'm curious, how many diffusers do you guys have in your home, and how many of them are running? Question. I'm gonna take a drink. Okay, so inhaling or using oils aromatically might seem very simple, but for actually is the most effective way to use them. The sense of smell is super duper powerful. The sense of smell is actually the only one of your 5 senses that you react before you actually process it. So if you touch something, so let's say you put your hand on a hot burner, it has to process through your brain, oh wait, that's hot, and then you move your hand, right? If you see something, you have to process it through your brain, oh wait, there's a bear, like I see a bear, I have to run away, then you run away, right? But when you smell something, like grandma's baking, your body physically reacts before you actually process it in your brain. Isn't that cool? I find that so, so amazing. So the power of smell is just, is crazy. So when you walk into a spa, you're instantly relaxed or calm or like feel super zen, right? Because they usually have some sort of a relaxing smell in there, right? You know, when you go home for Thanksgiving or when you host Thanksgiving, there's going to be those smells that you instantly will take you back to a memory or take you back to when your grandma was cooking or something like that. So it's something, I'm seeing so many angry faces. Yes, so that, I just think that is so fascinating that your body will smell it and react before it actually processes it. Pretty cool, hey? So essential oils are super duper volatile. We know that, right? They are liquid in the bottle, but then when we inhale them, they actually turn into a gas right away and can get through our whole system, which is great because it helps our entire body kind of take the benefits in. So did you know when you inhale an essential oil, it's almost immediately reaches the brain? We kind of talked about that, right? It immediately reaches the limbic system. In less than a minute, it reaches every cell in your body. But so it works really fast, but it actually leaves your body super fast too. So within 3 to 6 minutes, it's actually metabolized out of your entire body. So I think that's a really good thing too, because it doesn't leave anything. A lot of the things that we take, you know, for certain reasons, we'll say, leave something behind, right? And your body has to detox it out of the system. Whereas an essential oil, it goes in, does what it needs to do, and then is gone within 3 to 6 minutes. So that's really, really cool. So I would like to know from you guys, my first giveaway, I said I was going to do a giveaway, didn't I? And I never did. So I have this cute little orb diffuser. If you haven't seen this before, they're super fun. It's a USB plug-in diffuser, a spill-proof diffuser, so you can use it in the office or you can use it in your car. It fits in the cup holder. but I just love them. They're super cute. You just open, put the water in, and I have an extra, these are like the fitments that go inside. I would like to know what your favorite diffuser blend is. Could be all time, could be just of the season, whatever it is. I would like to know what your favorite diffuser blend is. And this is something that we're gonna do for anyone who is live here tonight. I'm gonna do this draw later tonight. So tell us what your favorite diffuser blend is. We've talked a lot about aromatic uses. I'm gonna go quickly here, sorry. Let's see what the comments are. Robin Forth, 9 with 3 running. Good job. 9, 2 running. Will be 5 more when the girls go to bed. If any of you guys know Lacey, she has 5 girls. 5 girls in her household. Cray cray. That house is cray cray. Take 2 diffusers, 2 working. Rhonda says 7 and 4 are running. 4 and 2 are running. Love this. All running with eucalyptus. So I had that going this morning. Eucalyptus and peppermint. One of my favorite blends. Look at you guys. Ooh, Thieves and Orange, that's also a really good one. So there's other super simple ways that you can use essential oils aromatically as well. Simple, take a bath. Put your oils in your bath, right? I'm the queen of DIYs. I love DIYs. So doing something like a misting spray for your linens or for your bedding or for in your car, that's using it aromatically, right? I love little cotton balls, or else, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about when I say like the stickies for the bottom of your chairs, so like they don't scratch the floor. I use those stickies inside like my garbage can or diaper genie, or inside my vents in my floor. And I put oils on them all the time so that I can smell it aromatically, you know, when your furnace or your air conditioning comes on. I also put oils on my furnace filter when I change the furnace filter periodically. So that's a way that you can use essential oils aromatically. There's so many different ways, right? It's super duper easy to use these things aromatically, but it's so beneficial, right? Go straight to your brain. So, so beneficial. I have a lot of faith. Joy and Orange, Northern Lights Black Spruce. Look at you guys. Love these. Love, love, love all of these suggestions. I'm gonna make a list so that I can try all of these. My all-time favorite is spearmint with anything. I love spearmint. Spearmint with Northern Lights Black Spruce or spearmint with lime. I love me my spearmint. Okay, so we're gonna quickly go through these other 2 here. The next way we're going to talk about using essential oils is, of course, topically. Topically is like, you know, one of my fave ways to use them. Aromatically is super easy, but topically, when you have a specific localized area that you need to use essential oils for, topically is where it's at, right? They can be great, like essential oils can be great for your skin. They can also be great, you know, for tense muscles. They can be great for your hair. They can be great in so many different ways. And when you use essential oils topically, you can use them 2 different ways. The first way, of course, is neat. So using the essential oil directly on your skin. And the other way is diluted, which means it's mixed with a carrier oil, right? So it's important to remember that Young Living oils are extremely concentrated, very, very, very concentrated. They're 100% pure essential oil. There's nothing else in there. So I always recommend using a carrier oil the first few times that you use essential oils on yourself, always when you're using them on children, and for always when you're using them on people who kind of have more permeable skin. So the elderly or someone who has, you know, like a sickness or something like that. Using a carrier oil is super duper beneficial and important that way. But it's also really important to understand that everybody's body is different, right? So how my body responds to oils is going to be different than how your body responds to oils. So what I use, you know, diluted could be different than what you need to use. So in our house, like I said, I have 2 little girls, Willa, who's 8, and Hayden, who's 5. Willa has extremely sensitive skin. So even with oils that are already in a carrier oil, we have to dilute even more. Her skin is just extra sensitive. And so we know that. We've seen it. So we make up her own little blends. Whereas with Hayden, you could lather her with anything and she has zero reaction. Both from the same household, both from me, but their skin is just different. We're just chemically made up differently. So that's something to always remember. Just use your discretion, recognize and understand your own body, and then just use common sense when you're using them, right? So if you're not familiar with what a carrier oil is, remember it's something that is fatty. Usually it's vegetable based. So in our house, we love to use V6 oil, which is Young Living's vegetable oil complex. I love that it comes in a little pump, so it's easy to use. But I know lots of other people use oils, like you can get this Mama Jamma of coconut oil from Costco. You can use liquid coconut oil, jojoba oil, argan oil, grapeseed oil, extra virgin olive oil. You can use anything that's fatty as that carrier oil. Now there's a myth out there that people think that if you use a carrier oil, you actually dilute the effectiveness of an essential oil, and not true. Not true even in the slightest. It actually, using a carrier oil helps with essential oils, using essential oils and the absorption rate of the essential oils. So we talked about earlier how volatile essential oils are. They can easily change from a liquid to a gas, right? So when you apply an oil topically, if you apply it neat, a lot of the times it's just going to evaporate and your skin's not going to absorb it quick enough to get the full effects. But if you use a carrier oil with it, then it actually will absorb slowly and it'll actually almost act like a barrier over your skin. So the essential oil will go into your body better and be more effective that way. So that, I think, is one thing that a lot of people don't really understand. Sorry, I'm just going to read some comments here. V6 oil, love it. Coconut oil. Yes. So that's something that, yeah, not a lot of people understand, is that using a carrier oil isn't necessarily, it does not stop the effectiveness or dilute the effectiveness. I have a fly in here. What it does is actually helps your body absorb the oil more. Another great reason to use a carrier oil is to spread your oil or let your essential oil go further. So let's say you're going to try to help with muscle tension in your shoulders or some sort of on your legs or your back or something like that. You don't need to use 75 drops of essential oil to cover your back. If you use 1 or 2 drops of essential oil in your carrier oil, then you can actually just rub it on and it'll actually last a lot longer, right? What is your guys' favorite carrier oil that you guys use in your home? Like I said, mine's V6 because it's just super easy and simple, and the pump is amazing. So other ways that I use essential oils topically, I love them for my face. All of our skincare line has essential oils in it, but I always like to add essential oils to my products already. So Northern Lights Black Spruce is one of my all-time favorites for skin. Thanks to Corey Black for telling me that one. I use it every morning and every night. Add it to my night moisturizer or any of my moisturizers. Frankincense and lavender are also really good for your skin. And then if you wanted to use things for blemishes or your pimples, like Purification and lemon and tea tree, those are all so good. Those are ones that I have applied, you know, neat, just a little bit on a blemish here and there. But that's a personal preference as well. Using them topically as a massage oil is really good too. You know, you can use things like your Panaway or your peppermint. Those are really good as massage before or after a workout. And then for respiratory support, I use them a lot in a chest rub or something on the lungs or something to support your respiratory system. RC or Raven or Lemon. Those are all, you know, ways that I use those oils. 6 coconut oil. We have a lot of V6 lovers out there. Love that. Love, 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 love. And then the other way that you can use essential oils topically is, of course, on our VitaFlex points, which is at the bottom of our feet, right? If you Google VitaFlex feet map or something like that, you will see that your whole body systems is actually mapped out on the bottom of your feet. So if you need essential oils in specific areas, you can apply oils to the bottom of your feet. You have the biggest pores there, so your body will just take up what it needs where it needs to go. So I like to use a roller bottle and apply thieves or lemon to the bottom of my girls' feet every night or before they go to school, just to help fully, boost their immune system. Or you can be more specific in where you put it. Like, let's say you have a significant other who likes to snore, or maybe doesn't like to snore, but just snores. You can put something like RC or Valor on their big toe before they go to bed. And that's really good because the big toe is actually your head, your brain. No, just your head. So that can be super helpful that way. So other places that you can apply essential oils on your body is, of course, your head. I know Gary Young used to apply so many oils to his head, the back of your neck or your spine for grounding, your tummy for digestive support, or any localized area, say if you had a headache or sore muscles. We talked about that kind of stuff. But yeah, that is topically, right? And then let's talk the last way to use essential oils. Here in Canada, we have amazing oils called flavoring oils. So those are all the oils that have the white bottle, right? So they look like this. Turning it. So we have all these colorful oils. These are the ones that you use topically or aromatically. And then you have these white bottles, which are all our flavoring oils. So you can use this in any kind of flavoring. So, in your savory recipes or your sweet recipes, or in cooking or baking, or, to flavor a tea or a water or something like that. They're so good. In Canada, we have 15 plus oils right now, but more and more are being approved, which is really awesome. And yes, I use them all the time in cooking, from salad dressings to meat marinades to baking. But one thing to always remember is that a little bit goes a really long way. So what I like to use is the toothpick trick. So instead of actually like dropping oils into the recipe, if you open the bottle, put a toothpick around, and then mix into your recipe or whatever you're mixing it into, instead, most of the time, you're going to get more than one drop in there. So that's why we always suggest to do that toothpick trick. Sorry, I'm going to go back and read. It was so nice on the skin. Okay, I'm not frozen. Am I frozen? Give me a thumbs up if I'm frozen. No? Show me some love. Anyone? No? No love. Yes, I once made guacamole and tried to add lime plus into it and ended up adding way too much lime, and it was just really not that good. I've also done that. You think I would learn. Oh, lots of love. You'd think I'd learn, but also did it making spaghetti sauce once, and I ended up with like a vat of spaghetti sauce because I just had to add so much other stuff. So definitely use your toothpick. Toothpick trick. What else? You can add them to your protein shakes or your smoothies, right? Especially if you're doing a green smoothie and you can't necessarily put like the point of a green smoothie is not to have sugar in it, but you need something sweet. Add like a grapefruit in there or something like that. You can do it teas or lemonades. If you guys aren't on or checked out the Young Living blog yet, so just youngliving.com/blog, you should be. There is some amazing info on there, but also amazing recipes for plus oils. Yeah. Never too much lime in guacamole. This time there was like 4, and it was a tiny little dish. So it was bad. It was bad, Rhonda. It was not good. Definitely too much in that one. But oh, and the other way that I love to use plus oils is actually in my Ningxia Red. Of course, everybody takes Ningxia Red daily, right? It's an amazing antioxidant drink, and it's so good for your immune system. So it's, I mean, super good to use it all year round, but especially right now. And sometimes you just need a little different, right? I love the taste of it, but sometimes you can switch it up and put a little cinnamon bark in there, a little lemon or something like that. You can add any kind of, and you can add any kind of essential oil there, and it just kind of switches things up. I love, love, love adding any essential oils to, or plus oils to my Ningxia Red. Amanda uses cinnamon plus in a meal replacement. So like in our Balance Complete shake, that would be super good because Balance Complete is like a vanilla taste, right? So one really cool thing about our plus oils and the vitality oils in the States is actually our plus oils and vitality oils are verified as non-GMOs, which is huge, right? Nobody likes GMOs. Nobody wants GMOs. It is such a huge, huge, huge thing for Young Living to partner with a non-GMO project here in North America to verify that we have zero GMO particles or in any of our food flavoring or ingestible oils. Yeah, it might not seem like, it kind of might seem like a, well, of course they don't, but it's just a really great thing to have. There are 60 different countries and the entire European Union who have banned or restricted the use and sale of GMO products. North America isn't quite there yet, but we're starting to be. So we're ahead of the game yet again, of course, not surprising, right? That we are already verified as non-GMO. So that's really, really cool, right? So yes, next up, I have another giveaway that I want to give to you guys, but I need participation. Again, I want to know what your guys' favorite plus recipe is. And I want you guys to share it. If it is part of the blog, just share the link here or write down what your favorite recipe is. We're going into, you know, holiday season where you can take snacks and treats and all that kind of stuff. So share your favorite plus recipe with us. And this is one that's open to people live tonight, but also people on the replay. And I have this fun little booster bar that I absolutely love. I have one on my stove, but in here are my favorite plus oils to flavor with in recipes, and that's basil, oregano, and lime. Again, too thick with all of these ones. But if you share your favorite recipe, I would love to send you this little booster bar with these 3 plus oils in it. Okay, so we've gone over time. So I'm gonna quickly just go through the conclusion. I thank you guys so much for sticking with me and being on here tonight, and for every one of you guys who are gonna join us in the replay. But the thing of it is, with essential oils, it doesn't matter how you use them or whether it's aromatically or topically or for flavoring, just use them. Don't put them in a drawer, don't put them in a box, don't hide them away for those special occasions. Use them as much as you can, and use them how it works for you, right? Because if you're trying to use them how it works for someone else, you're not going to, you know, incorporate them as much into your lifestyle. So use them how it works for you. Don't worry about who said what about lavender. If you want to feel the effects of lavender, put it in the diffuser with however many drops you want to. Put them on topically however you want to or whenever you want to. Just use them for you and use them in your home. It's so important to pull them out and use them as much as possible. When I started, I chose 1 oil every 3 days. So I took lemon and tried to find as much things to use in my home for lemon. And then after 3 days, I chose another one, peppermint. And I still do that with oils that we get, you know, from a promo or something that's been sitting in my cupboard that I haven't used. I'll pull it out and I'll use it as much as I can for 3 days, and then slowly it gets put into my daily routines. So I just strongly really encourage you to pull out those oils and use them. Use them, be a human walking diffuser. People will be attracted to you for good reasons, right? That's what we want them for. So remember also that everyone's chemical makeup is different. So what works for you is not going to be how it works for your husband and how it works for your kids. So just be aware of that and take caution that way. Yeah. Oh, and the last thing that I wanted to say is that so often we hear, you know, you use an oil one time and it didn't work the way that you wanted it to work or where you thought it was going to work. Don't give up. Use it again. Use it a different way. Or if you just didn't like that oil, try another one. Like we said, we've got like 500 different essential oils. There is one for you. There is one thing or one that will help you. You just have to find it, and you just have to keep working at it to find maybe a different way to use it or a different oil altogether, right? So again, thank you guys all so very, 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 very much for sticking with me. It's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I timed it this afternoon. It was only 20 minutes. I talked way too much. Anyways, thank you and have a wonderful Monday. I hope you guys stay warm because it's looking stormy out there. Yeah, that is all for tonight. Bye guys. I'm gonna go back and read all the comments and questions. If you have more questions, I'm gonna try to get to them all tonight, and we'll announce the giveaways later. Bye guys.